Hello, welcome to my channel, Single Mom on a Farm. I'm Marcy. Today I'm going to show you how to cook a pumpkin. It's the easiest recipe in the world. Just grab a pumpkin off your front porch and we go stick it in the oven. It's easy as that. I put my oven on 350 and then I washed off my pumpkin because I'd blown the deck earlier this week and it got all dusty. And most of the time I just put it on the oven rack, like a lower one. But every once in a while we're outside playing all afternoon and we forget about it and it cooks way too much and it starts to melt or drip into the oven. So just in case, today I'm showing you how to put it on a tray, like a cookie sheet lined with foil so you can just throw away the foil, or just put it on a cookie sheet or just put it straight on your rack, as long as you don't overcook it and let it melt. And then you just cook it for several hours. It's been about an hour and the pumpkin is done. I'm used to them taking a lot longer because I usually just do big pumpkins. I feel like it's worth it to buy a big pumpkin and cook that, and you have, a lot to peel away and store. So I'll just cut it. I'm just going to cut it a little bit and let the steam out. You don't want to burn yourself, or you could just let it sit for a while. But this will make it go faster. If I just sort of cut it and let some of the steam out, start cooling off. I don't use the skin for anything, but it peels right off. And then I will come back when I can touch it, and I will just scoop with my hands and just stick it in plastic bags to store in the freezer. I'll use some of it today for pumpkin rolls. And then of course the inside does have some seeds, so you just don't store the seeds, but the pumpkin is cool now, so I'm going to take some and stick it in my pumpkin rolls that I'm making. And I'm just gonna grab it with my hands because I'm gonna eventually put it in some Ziploc bags to put in the freezer. So I think this is about enough. Maybe like a cup or so. And I'm just gonna add it to my dough and I'll mix it around. And I also have a dinner in a pumpkin in the oven because it's Halloween. So when we eat, the inside is full of ground beef and rice mixture. Really good. But when we're done eating that, then I'll scoop all the insides out of that and also put it in Ziploc bags to freeze. There's never a reason to buy a canned pumpkin because real pumpkins are so much cheaper. I hardly ever buy these little pumpkins. Just maybe like a couple for decoration, but if you just buy a few big ones, you can get so many bags out of them. Maybe like 12 bags out of each pumpkin. So that's the equivalent of at least 12 cans of pumpkin. So that saves you a lot of money, all from like a $5 pumpkin. Also, what I used to do all the time when I lived in a neighborhood was just grab my stroller with a baby and walk around the neighborhood and get all of the pumpkins that are on the side of the road. People just put them out on the curb by the street, by their trash, and you could just walk. I just grab one, stick it in the bottom of the stroller. So I could get like 3. I mean, there's probably 12 out there, but I would just, 3 is enough for me when I had little kids to harvest and cook and last for the rest of the winter. So if you see any, one big one is probably enough, unless you cook with pumpkin a lot. I make pumpkin chili the most with pumpkin, and then pumpkin muffins and pumpkin rolls. So that's probably enough for 1 bag. But I don't make a lot of pumpkin rolls. Usually most of these are for pumpkin chili, so I would probably want 2 dozen bags. This little tiny pumpkin made at least 3 bags because that's counting the amount that I put in the roll dough there. And then my big pumpkin from Dinner in a Pumpkin, probably make 6 or 7 bags since we eat a lot of it tonight with our dinner. Like, this is really good if you just want to eat it plain. Put some salt and pepper on it. It's really good. It's so healthy for you. And that's all there is to it. You might want to label pumpkin if you're not sure you'll remember it. We usually remember what ours looks like. You can roast the seeds if you want and give them to your chickens, or roast them and eat them yourselves. but everything comes right off the peels like this. So the time it took was very fast. I stuck it in the oven, an hour later, pulled it out, stuck it in 2 bags, and you got pumpkin. No need to spend money on a can. It could have preservatives and stuff in it anyway. Especially if you can find pumpkins for free. Tons of people get rid of them, like I said, after Thanksgiving or even after Halloween. Of course, don't take a jack-o'-lantern or something that's been cut or carved into. It would get moldy, but any nice, good pumpkin